What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. SBA District Office gives amazing EIDL response. It is Tuesday, August the 31st, 4:44 in the PM on the East Coast, 2021. Somebody tell me what that means. Please do me a huge favor, give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL in the comments below. And once again, you got to follow me over on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, username SmallBizInc, where I am fighting relentlessly to get you and your family the money you deserve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I've been telling you all week now, Miss Isabel Guzman, current head of the SBA, has been telling, not only in the frequently asked question page, but with an interview with Yahoo Finance 3 days ago, that if you're having trouble with your application, whether it's the targeted, the supplemental, or 24 months of working capital, you should reach out to your local district office for help. Well, I've got some information on that, including one state that did an absolutely amazing job, and then another one somewhere down in the South, perhaps real close to our buddy Speak and See, who did an absolutely fucking terrible job. So ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's really dark. It's about ready to thunder and lightning here in Atlanta, so if it looks a little odd in terms of the lighting, that's why. I opened up the blinds a little bit. I got my ring light over there, but it looks to me like it's dark. So if that's what's going on, cut me some slack. All right. Today's video is absolutely amazing on many fronts. I could go off on a number of tangents, but let me just start with what Miss Isabel Guzman said verbatim in the Yahoo Finance article about what you should do. If you've been stuck in reconsideration for weeks, months, whether it's the grants or the loans, she said, and I quote, "What I would encourage them to do is to reach out to their local district office. They can find their local partner at SBA.gov and make sure that any specifics on the case can be understood, as well as they can be connected to additional relief." So let me translate that. If you're fucking lost in space, if you're MIA with respect to your targeted, your supplemental, or 24 months of capital, whether you're in or outside of reconsideration, the head of the SBA, are you fucking listening, you district managers, said that you should reach out to your local office. How do you do that? You go to Google, you type in your state, office directory - small business administration. I'll pin the same stuff, including 3 pages for Georgia in the top comment once again. And you'll get a list. It could be a PDF in California and New York, as many as 6 or 7 pages long. Now, the problem that we're having, and I'm going to highlight 2 examples today, and thank you very much to everyone who sent me a shitload of email in the last few days. You wouldn't believe some of the examples, both good and bad. The problem is, it's like anything else with the SBA. Some of them are accepting a stamped copy. We had another gentleman today that got funded over $200,000 of 24 months of working capital. In fact, he got an email that said, "We can't find your 4506T, words to that effect. Go to your local TAC office," which I've said many times, "and get us a stamped copy." He sent me an email. It's a photograph. I don't have it open right now, but it stamps your location, some sort of a code number in red, and he's good to go. 10 or 15,000, something like that. But the problem we have is the other half are not taking 4506T stamped copies of your transcript. They're waiting for the official one. Now, I just saw a writer over at Skip with some good news on a video he just dropped, that one of his comments said 4,000 4506Ts were retrieved from the IRS today. So if you're one of the 45,000, maybe it will be 45,000 within the next week. If you're one of the 4,000, congratulations. You might actually have your loan in process as of this evening. But listen to what Mississippi, who knocked it out of the park, and Tampa Bay, home of Tampa Bay, who plays my Dallas Cowboys to start off the NFL season on Thursday night, September the 9th. That is Speak and See / Marco Polo's territory. We love Speak and See. I can't stand Marco Polo, but the SBA in Tampa was absolutely fucking atrocious with one of our friends in the small business community. So this is all on my Twitter page. Even if you're not a member of Twitter, you don't want to be on Twitter because there's a lot of hate speech there, just go to @TrySmallBiz. You can read through this. It's absolutely amazing. So I've been telling everybody, as of yesterday, in your outreach to the local offices, once you do that search on Google, you put 24 months of working capital or you put targeted Eidl advance, whatever it is that you're having a problem with. and you say, hey, I was told to reach out by Miss Isabel Guzman, current head of the SBA. As per the links below, you can see in your frequently asked question page and in an interview she gave to Yahoo Finance, I'm supposed to be talking to you to get help with my account. Now, as many of you have figured out, they're not the PDC Recon's department, but I'm going to read out loud what Mississippi did, which was out of the park. Unbelievable customer service. What they will do is they'll tap somebody on reconsideration or whatever department you need help getting to, and within 24 to 48 hours, somebody calls you up. We had a guy that was stuck in reconsideration, and you can see, if you read through this and put 2 and 2 together, he was in reconsideration for 4 months. He got somebody in Mississippi to help him yesterday, I believe it was, and he told me about 2 hours ago that he got contacted from somebody in PDC Recons that asked him for the classic driver's license, hazardous insurance, etc., etc. So this absolutely works. But let's start off going as fast as we can. I'll give you the TAMPA, which is a fucking F-, and then an A++ from Mississippi. This is what TAMPA wrote in response to someone asking a local district manager to get help with their reconsideration. Quote, "Dear applicant, thank you for reaching out to the SBA. The status of your application is still in processing. Please continue to stay in contact with the Office of Disaster Customer Service at 800-659-2955 for the latest on your application. The district offices and their personnel," are you ready for this? The district offices and their personnel do not have the capacity nor the authority to advance your application. End quote. Okay. Copy and paste fucking horseshit, right? There was no personalization there. That's called passing the buck. Tampa Bay, get your fucking shit together, because I wrote Miss Isabel Guzman and about 15 other people that I communicate with the SBA, and I said, you need to get a hold of Tampa Bay and wring somebody's neck, so to speak, because they're not taking care of my small business owners the way Mississippi is. So, to contrast, try to get this under 10 minutes for you, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is all pinned in the top, or it's on my Twitter page. This is what Mississippi, same thing. One guy was targeted Eidl advance. Mississippi was even bigger. This guy's looking for $500,000, $2 million if he'll ever get rid of the cap. So by the way, somebody said on Twitter, they're hearing that the Eidl 2.0 ain't happening. That's not what I'm hearing. It's not what Ryder over at Skip's hearing. There obviously some sort of a delay, probably has to do with the backlog, working through it. That's my best guess. This is Mississippi, and I quote, "Insofar as the Office of Disaster Assistance is the office that receives, reviews, processes, makes decisions, and funds," it sounds copy and paste so far, but it gets better, "approved applications, our field offices have no authority to override initial decisions." Okay, they don't. That's PDC Recons. They are not going to, at the district level, going to be able to process your application, but they can get on the phone and say, hey, can you help this person out? They're in my district and they've been waiting for 4 or 5 or 6 fucking months. I go on to say, part 2 of 3, however, by transmission of this message, we now have submitted your issue up through a recently established escalation process. Let me say that again. Recently established escalation process. I do not have the exact answer, but if you think back about a month or so ago, we talked repeatedly that there was a new customer service hotline coming at some point with respect to reconsideration. Because for the last 6 months, you call up and you say, hi, I applied for reconsideration about 4 months ago, and all they would tell you is, you're going to have to be patient, sir. Well, you can shove that fucking answer up your ass. I want an answer as to what the holdup is. Is it my fault? And if so, what do I have to send in? So there is a new, recently established escalation process for review, reevaluation by the Office of Disaster Assistance. You should be contacted within 48 hours concerning your request for reevaluation. It gets even better, and this is Mississippi. Way to go, Southern hospitality at its finest. Please continue to monitor your email box for communications, including spam and your junk folders concerning this matter. Here's probably the best part. For situational awareness and for local contact in your area. In other words, Mississippi not only got a hold of somebody in reconsideration, not only got them a fucking response within 48 hours, but they gave them an additional contact I whited out the name. It said in closing, for situational awareness and for a local contact in your area, I have copied. So they got a hold of reconsideration. They said you're going to hear back in 48 hours, and they did as of a couple hours ago. But then they gave them another person that they copied on the fucking email. I have copied SBA, Mississippi Deputy Director, first initial A, last initial D on this message. Thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you right now, it absolutely positively works if you get a hold of your local district managers. But unfortunately, or at least up until now, if you're in a place like Tampa, good fucking luck. But if you're in the Mississippi area, I've also heard good things about parts of Texas and even Virginia, if you can possibly imagine that, in and around the Washington, D.C. area. So use this as an example. Copy and include the Yahoo Finance along with Miss Isabel Guzman's quote. Even if you want to put it in parentheses as a PS at the bottom of your email, I'd say go for it. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I went over 10 minutes, but always remember, I'm going to be here fighting nonstop on your behalf until it's 15,000 regardless of size, location, or credit score on the grants, $2 million caps, 24 months of capital, and yes, Big Ben fucking Cardin and I are going to work hand in glove, aren't we, Ben, to make sure that you, those of you that are watching, if you suffered an economic loss, never pay this time next year right before the election, the SBA a fucking dime. Thanks for watching.